I'll second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, 5-0. Motion passes.
Good. Good. We have two kinds. Other kind.
Meals, paid school meals.
Good news on the next several items is that we have our fine facilities director, Terry Ryan, back. I think a couple of you said hi to him. 22 Feb, he took a fall of all falls in Robinson Canyon and was unconscious for 40 minutes, and he's healing. He's back, strapped in, and doing great work for us. I welcome Terry back because it sure helps me. I'll defer some questions to him in presentations as we go through it, but we'll go through it rather quickly. For our paid school meal price change, we have to be compliant with costs, and if we're not, we would lose our reimbursement. So we analyzed what the increased cost was. It actually went up from 270 to 278, but we are blessed to be able to round down to the nearest 5 and not up. So we're asking the board to approve an increase from 270 to 275 for the paid school meal price for this next year. It'll be effective 1 July. We'll start charging it when we get back to school. In fact, we'll get reimbursed at that rate for the meals we serve in July at summer school.
Any questions?
Is there a reason that you rounded down to 275 instead of up to 280? Is it just sounding better, or?
The rules allow us to do that, and we're sensitive to the economic situation of even the folks who pay for their meals in all of our schools.
Okay. Because, you know, that just goes against what we teach the kids in math. Except when it
Me
comes to
too, I
school
said, why not
lunches.
280? And because we can, we did it.
Sort of, you know, like bugs me.
And you know, if our cafeteria fund was
Yeah.
running in the red and we had some issues, we would probably come to you and say, let's do 280.
No,
But we've been
yeah.
very, very well managed, and we're making some money. So 275 will do it. The kids that have to write the check,
Okay.
or the parents that have to write the check.
Okay, any others? Public? No? So is motion?
So moved.
So what, a motion to approve the price increase for paid lunches, do I have a second?
Yeah.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, 5-0, motion passes.
Okay.
Lighting. D3?
D4 is next.
Where are you
D4 would be the next one.
at? Yeah.
Mr. Stroud?
Continuing with the contract for Roosevelt School energy efficient steam measures, there'll be a lighting retrofit that we can do and get a significant reimbursement. And so we would hope to do that. We got bids from 2 qualified contractors, one for 167, one for 138,000. Umstead Electric met all the requirements to qualify as a contractor, and they were the low bidder. So we would like to move forward with those energy efficiency improvements. This is, again, part of the overall packet that would allow us to get access Prop 39 funds.
Motion?
Yeah, well, actually, we have to ask for comments.
Oh, yeah.
Comments, questions? In the public, anybody? Okay. I entertain a motion.
I so move the item, that's for the Roosevelt School Emergency Efficiency Measures.
Oh, second.
Okay,
Okay.
it's a motion on the floor to approve the contract for Roosevelt School and energy efficient measures, lighting retrofit. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
So,
Action item D5 would be the next one. It's the painting contracts for 3 schools, Laurelwood, Cameron, and Tividat schools. We solicited bids from industry after carefully looking at our capability to internally paint with my maintenance crew. We have 1,000 work orders that are part of getting ready for the Williams inspections that are coming in late August and early September. On top of that, I have my painting crew working overtime and weekends to the best and the highest number of hours of their ability. When we looked at all of that, what we can do internally, we found that we couldn't get Laurelwood, Cameron, and the Tividat schools painted. So from our contractor list, we asked for bids, and your packet includes contractors that bid, and you can see the winning contractors were Satellite on 2, and then Freeman, a local company doing Cameron School, between $44,900 and $48,800 are the bids for them. Satellite actually came in and helped us. We had bids up in the $60,000 range. So we would ask that that you approve those so we can make those schools nice and shiny. They're overdue for painting, very frankly, not just the fronts. It's not a parade that someone goes by overlooking at painting. The exteriors, well, our team paints the interiors and then the exteriors of some other schools also. So we're looking good come 10 August.
Questions from the board?
Go ahead. What were you saying?
I said, questions from the board, anybody? No? It looks like we have Mr. Henry who wants to make a comment.
Let's see him.
Well, Cynthia's not here, and I'll probably say it differently than she would, but if there's 3 bids and you can see that some of them were $60,000 and we're paying $40,000, I think that's the process she was talking about getting a few bids and getting the best tax value for our district. Thanks.
On my J.
Oh, sorry.
Frank?
So just a general question from kind of a historical perspective. Just where, I think there is some amount of money that's set aside into your budget for facilities maintenance, and I just wanted to know if the monies for the painting maintenance of these 3 schools, is it coming out of that fund, or is there a separate bond measure? And the reason I bring up a bond measure is because back in 2009, I believe we passed something called Measure T for facilities maintenance at the various district schools. And I can't remember what the expiration of that funding was, or maybe it's gone, maybe it's all dried up. So I'm just wondering if any amount of this money might be coming out of what we passed in 2009, or if it's a separate line item on your budget.
Yeah, it says deferred maintenance.
Which I can comment?
Sure.
This is being funded by RRMA and deferred maintenance. Our bond money, the bond issue was for $80 million. Our ability to sell bonds was at $25 million. We maxed that out. 15 million of that went to debt, so only 10 million was actually put back into schools. So this is funded from our RMA, routine restricted maintenance account, and deferred maintenance. It's all in the pot. Our RMA is 3% of the budget, and deferred maintenance is another 2% for a total of 5%.
Okay. Okay, so do we have a motion to approve contracts for deferred maintenance? Dean?
Go for it.
I move to approve.
D5.
To approve the painting contracts for Laurelwood, Cameron, and Tividat schools.
So second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion passes.
Next thing.
Sherwood entrance.
Action item D6.
D6.
We have in front of you a school entrance improvement to Sherwood School. And if you visited Sherwood School recently, that main walkway in is unsafe with cracked concrete and deltas or ups and downs in the concrete that cause tripping hazards. It's not very aesthetically good looking either. We developed a reasonable plan to significantly enhance the looks of it and the safety. Concrete all the way from the sidewalk in, expanding it a bit, and then also placing some benches that would be for seating of parents waiting for their kids. It includes 4 large planter boxes that would be planted with colorful perennials that are drought tolerant or drought resistant. And we look forward to doing that over the summer, so when our students and their parents return to school in August, it looks very, very appealing and very safe.
Yeah. Safety.
Cost is $28,000, and a local contractor, Munoz, under our informal bidding rules, we can go to contractors that are on our list. He is significantly underbid everyone in previous bids, does great work for us, and he's able to respond on relatively short notice.
What does that mean, that informal bidding? I mean, I looked at section 5103, it seems to be, if someone wants to withdraw a bid, they made a mistake, and then, yes, Mr. Ryan.
Mr. Ryan, would you like to respond to that?
5103 was referenced in the painting contract.
Yeah.
When you look at the painting bids, one of them was extremely low, and they made a mistake, and that was recited, unless I've got it in the wrong place.
No, so that one person made a mistake, it was really, really low, and so the person who won the bid got to withdraw his bid, and then you
Right.
got to give it to the second.
It's the second lowest bidder.
All right.
That was on the painting side. On informal bidding, at $49,000 or less, we can select off of our informal bidders list, qualify, they have to pre-qualify to be on the list, and we can select from that list. And that's how Munoz Landscaping was able to bid this. There's a citation to the law on that one, also in the report. Public Contracting Code. Oh, it is in the wrong place. 5103 is it? I'm here to apologize with my memory problems. 5103. You look at 5103?
5103 is the mistake.
It's the mistake one. That one should be in the
Withdraw.
painting one.
Yeah.
There is a informal bidding regulation, and I'll get that back to you via whatever method of communication you need, because there is a public contracting code for informal bidding.
Okay.
And again, the contractors on that informal list have already been pre-qualified, they've worked for us in most cases. They have all the documentation, so it also expedites moving them forward.
But there's more than one bid, right?
No,
And this
not
one-
under 49. Not under 49. I'll get that citation for you. My bad.
Who's waiting for them?
What's that?
Oh, somebody jumped.
But I have just one question. So,
Time's up.
No.
will it still have a ramp for, in the front?
You have to.
By
Well,
law,
the ADA, you have to.
ADA.
Yeah, okay, because you said unsightly and, get it, but it's going to be replaced.
Sure, no, that ramp on the Sherwood is staying.
May I answer, Mr. President?
Thank you.
Absolutely, yes. That ramp cost us almost $70,000, and this will complement that ramp. It's going to be built from in front of the ramp out to the street.
Nice. All right.
And
All right, so, any other questions, comments? All right.
May I make a motion that Munoz Landscaping Incorporated contract be accepted?
Second.
Okay. So, we have a motion on the floor to approve the contract to construct exterior school entrance improvements at Sherwood School. And, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, 5-0. D6, that's deal passport.
that includes the business department action items. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Wait a minute, who's buying coffee?
Okay, advanced planning. You know, our next meeting date is going to be on August 8th. Suggested future agenda items. No, I don't know if it's possible, but it would be very nice if we could bring on for information. I've heard about this product that basically will allow, for very little cost, teachers to barricade their door from the inside. You know, it's a low-cost item. I think all you have to do to install it is to drill a hole the ground. And then that would allow, if we were to get in a shooter situation or something, for, just to lock it down quick, so that, I guess, you know, gunmen, when they're in a situation like that, they come across a locked door, they just keep going most of the time until they can find
Yeah,
somebody.
yeah.
Because they don't have much time. So
That's
we
the
can
way
look
I
into
see it.
something. We should probably put together some kind of plan. I don't know, man, this is happening too often.
Did you get it? You got it?
Oh,
Anybody?
well, could we hear about how summer school overall went, in terms of the number of children that were there, their attendance, and a kind of a summer school report on the success of it, so that next year we'll know what we want to do again?
Summer school activities.
I also just wanted to request for the board to start thinking about today. You saw the final LCAP report. You approved the school plans on your consent agenda item, primarily so that the budget allocations can be approved for the next fiscal year. But one of the things that we tried to do on this presentation was at least look at, and I think you saw it in the contracts also, moving some of the contracts off the consent agenda, pushing them into action items so that you at least have the opportunity to ask, even from programs and services that we've been receiving for years. I mean, Harmony and Home, we've been working for them for 10 years, but it was a significant enough amount, and I think you've asked for impact of services, so yeah, it's kind of like, but still, there was some evidence around the impact of services from those programs and services that we've been using. So when we think about for next year, you usually have the schools do their, some of the schools could have come and presented tonight, their school plans, but rather than do that, we wanted to look at what would be the impact of some of the activities that they're doing. So you may want to think about what would you like the reporting presentations from school sites to look like next year. So you can tell us in August. We're not going to be, we won't have our accountability data is embargoed until mid-August. Even though we're seeing it, I think teachers, I think you also have access to the data from this year. So I already know where we're standing. So, but we'll couple that with along some of, our main 3 goals and our school goals. What would you like reported out as schools are reporting out for next year?
I just thought of something else. August 8th, school will have been in session for, no, you won't.
It's the first day back.
Oh, can't back it off the, I was just gonna ask for, I would love to know what the enrollment is going to be, school by school, the very beginning of school.
Apparently it doesn't matter till March.
Yeah, well, or October, SCESD Day.
So a preliminary enrollment.
Just go find lots of kids on SCESD Day and put in those seats.
Well, maybe for future, I'd like to know how Footsteps to Brilliance is coming along.
Yeah.
How many people are using it and what's going on? Because to me, I think it's a great program, but I'd like to hear more about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be on the 8th, but maybe sometime down the road.
I got my 5-year-old using
Is she?
I can't remember the stats, but they send them to me and they're astounding. They're pretty astounding, and I, just off the top of my head, for some reason, I've just lost the figures. But they sent us the end of the year report, and it was just mind-boggling, actually.
Well, I'd just like to,
Yeah.
put it out there so people know about it.
Okay.
Anything else?